Well, hey everyone, it's middle of summer. It's middle of July. I'm out here in my backyard, and as you can see, probably see behind me, my blackberries are ripe, and it's a great time for foraging. But today I'm going to take you on a journey for altogether different berry, and that's the wineberry, or the Japanese raspberry. I've seen a couple of them growing in different places on my last couple hikes, and they're ripe about now, and I actually prefer them to the blackberry. So come along, I'll show you how to identify them, and then we're going to make a tasty little treat using some bear lard that I got from last fall. We're going to make a little blackberry and wineberry cobbler. Should be cool. All right, so here we got the blackberries that everyone recognizes. They got the really nasty brambles or thorns, and pretty ripe right now. I've been picking them off. They got a nice taste to them, and Buddy likes them. Buddy, want a blackberry? Come here, buddy. Yeah, Buddy likes them, but we're gonna go get some wineberries and see what we can do there. And I'll show you how to identify those. All right, I may regret this. I'm in some tall grass, but there's a nice crop of wineberries down here. Now, if you notice from the leaf here, it's a similar bramble to like a blackberry. It's got a lot of thin, hairy thorns on it. If you look underneath, the leaf is white. That's one characteristic of a wineberry. But as you can see down here, there's a bunch of nice batches, sorry, right on the hillside of wineberries. And you can see the difference here. This one here on the top of the thistle is ripe and perfect for picking, and I'm gonna leave some of the others, but we got some other ripe ones down here to gather. It's a really good patch right here. You can see them here in the thistles. I like to get them when they're brightest red, like right there. That's fully ripe, but there's a bunch here to pick. I'm gonna fill up my bag, so I can't wait to enjoy these. All right, came across a new patch. I didn't know it was there, and you can see just from a few plants, I already got half a bag full, and I can see if I can find a few more for dessert, but they're really delicious. I prefer them over blackberries and blueberries, so tasty little treat if you know where to find them. Keep an eye out for them. We are back. Got some blackberries from my backyard and got some wineberries from the walk. It was only about a 15-minute forage, so I'm not too dissatisfied with that. About a half a cup. You can see some of the darker ones right there. That one right there, they're fully ripe. These you almost want them a darker maroon color than a bright red, but I don't know what the taste reminds me of. I had some thimbleberries out west last year, were pretty good, but these are better. I really enjoy them. And I'm gonna put them in a cobbler, and we'll see how they turn out. Walking along a local trail here where we like to walk our dog, and man, there is just a flush of wineberries. Yeah, we are snacking on them. We're gonna save some, but they're really a ton of ripe ones right here. And these, some people call them Japanese raspberries. We call them wineberries, but they are delicious. What do you think, Buck? You like them?
Yeah.
What do you like better, these or blackberries?
These.
Okay, I agree. I think they're a little tart, and mix of tart and sweet, but they're pretty awesome. We're out here picking some wineberries. As you can see, there's just a great flush of them here right off the trail. So we're gonna just pick the ripe ones and leave some for the animals. But Buck has got quite a few over here. This is a pretty exciting spot. Okay, so we're back in the kitchen. I'm gonna prepare to make the wineberry cobbler. Got our ingredients set out. I've made this before with blueberries and blackberries. This will be the first time making it with the wineberries. I'm also gonna be using bear fat from the rendered bear fat that I got from the bear that I shot last fall in Maryland. We did this once for a wild game dinner, and it turned out great. Again, first time doing it with the wineberries, so let me share the ingredients. Okay, so I'll break this into two halves. One for actually the fruit part of the cobbler. We got the wineberries, we got some blackberries. I'm debating whether to add them or not. We got about 5 or 6 cups of wineberries here. Got a 1/4 cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. I'm gonna squeeze that onto the fruit, and 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. So I'm gonna mix all the fruit together along with the lemon juice, the 1/4 cup of sugar, and the 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, and then let that sit in the refrigerator. And then for the actual the bread, the crust, I got a 1/4 cup of flour, or 1.5 cups of flour, 2 tablespoons of baking soda, 1/4 cup of sugar, and I have a couple tablespoons here of bear fat. The important part is to keep the bear fat cold, as I'll show you when I'm making it, so you don't get a gluten enrichment of the flour when you're putting it together. Step 1, I mix the cornstarch, the little bit of sugar. I didn't actually add the 1/4 cup, way less than that, and the fruit together. I'm gonna let that chill, and then I'm gonna start making the actual topping, or the cobbler part. Okay, I'm gonna start mixing in the bear fat. As you can see, I had it in the freezer. It's a liquid, mostly at room temperature. I'm gonna mix this in with the flour and cut it in there with a fork slowly, so we don't form gluten as I continue to fill in the flour. And I had the baking powder in here as well, along with a 1/4 cup of sugar. I got my ingredients mixed up here. Got the cobbler shortening. Again, obviously recognizing that just about everyone up until myself this year is not going to have bear fat. You can use vegetable shortening or probably pork fat as a substitute. The key part is when you're mixing in the fat to keep it cool, nice and cold. So I'd taken it right out of the freezer. As I mentioned, bear fat is you can still see it in here, is a liquid at room temperature. I'll just pour the rest of that in there. And mix that in, and then I'm going to mix it in here, stick it in this bowl. I'm going to do half wineberry and then half blackberry. They're going to mix a little bit because they're liquids, obviously. And then we're going to stick it in the oven at 350 for about 45-50 minutes. It looks messy going in. I'll show you what it looks like, but it comes out. It's a tasty, delicious treat. Last step here. As you can see, I mixed. I have a blackberry wineberry mix, and then just the straight wineberry side, just because I really want to try that. And I'm filming one-handed here, so bear with me. I'm going to dump the cobbler on, and you'll see how that works, and we'll go from there. This looks messy, and it comes out uneven, but when it's done baking, it surprisingly turns out really nicely. Cobbler mixed in here. Again, it looks a bit messy, but you have to trust me on this. It'll come out very nicely. Stick it in the oven at 350 for about 45-50 minutes, and the next video you'll see is us enjoying it. Here's the final product after about 50 minutes at 350 degrees. Looks like it came out pretty good. I'll cut into it and we'll give you a taste test. That's the side that was straight wineberry, and this is the wineberry blackberry mix. I think if I had to do over again, I made a little too much dough, a little too much cobbler, and maybe had a few more berries, but other than that, it looks pretty fantastic. I'm gonna throw some whipped cream on it, and I'll give you a taste test. Okay, so here goes nothing. This is still pretty warm, so hopefully I don't burn my tongue. Some whipped cream, got some wineberry. Let's try it. Yeah, that's really good. Not that I didn't expect it to be pretty fantastic, but the cooking sort of brought out a little bit more tartness actually in the berries. Usually it's probably the opposite, but it's really good. It's offset by the sweetness of the cobbler and the whipped cream, so that's pretty fantastic. Let us know your thoughts on the wineberry cobbler.
Alright, let's go. Oh, it's hot. Alright. Yeah, it's alright. Not bad.
Not bad? Pretty good?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, that's a big chunk. Watch, it might be warm still. Pretty good? Okay.